Hi everyone, and good morning from Bethel, Maine. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous, foggy, chilly morning, and my heart is just so happy to be in the New England area finally for fall. This is my first day of a little over 2-week trip throughout New England, so I'll be going through Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. But I'm starting off in Maine. I am just outside of Bethel, Maine. This morning I got coffee at Gemini Cafe and Bakery, which was really good coffee. I didn't get a pastry, but I definitely will at some point. And then as I was starting my drive, I found this beautiful rest area that was along a river. I need to look up what the river is called, but I'll put it here. And the fog is lifting as the sun is rising. It is just absolutely gorgeous. There was one clip while I was filming, I noticed in the viewfinder a deer was walking across the river, walking into the frame, and magic. I'll put the clip here, obviously. So I'm going to take some photos here while the fog is still lifting, and then I am driving the Rangeley Lake National Scenic Byway, which is basically just a highway that goes up and around Rangeley Lake with a bunch of different overlooks and some hiking trails. So it's going to be a big nature day, not really so much a small town farm apple orchard pumpkin patch kind of day, but I am so excited. So let me go ahead and finish up here really quick, and let's get on the road to Rangeley Lake. So the drive has been absolutely gorgeous. I will just put a disclaimer early in this video. Because of the drought, the colors here are definitely muted, more muted than most years. The color's not as consistent as most years, especially like the mountain overlooks, which I'm sure I've put some clips of that kind of view in here by now. But there are still some gorgeous pockets of color, so I think I'm gonna shift and kind of stick mostly to towns, back roads, lower altitude locations for the rest of this trip versus mountain overlooks, because it's just not giving the brilliant, vibrant colors that this area usually has, but the drought kind of screwed it up. So anyways, I'm now at the Cascade Stream trailhead. I'm gonna do this little hike, check out the area. But yeah, it's been a gorgeous morning so far. I found some amazing pockets of color, and yeah, let's start this hike. So as I was driving, I stumbled upon this little donut stand. It is so cute. What is it called? Clifford's Donut Stop. And I got the chocolate and apple cider donuts. So I'm going to try each of them and we'll see how it is. Pretty solid donut. So the stand is like a self-serve honor system little stand. So they have their Venmo and their PayPal there, or you can leave cash, and they just trust people to actually pay what they're supposed to pay and not just steal donuts. But I think everybody in the Maine area is typically like supportive of small businesses, that kind of thing. So I wouldn't think that stealing is an issue. But yeah, pretty good. Now we'll try apple cider, a fall classic, one of my personal favorites. Just the tiniest bit dry, but the flavor is really good. A really good amount of cinnamon sugar on the outside. So again, a solid donut. Good morning, everyone. It is day 2 of this trip. I'm not sure where I left off yesterday, but after I stopped for the donuts, then I drove back to the Bethel, Maine area where I'm staying. And I think I just drove around a little bit, explored some back roads, and then chilled at my Airbnb because I was absolutely exhausted. I don't think I've talked about where my Airbnb is either. It's just a few minutes outside of Bethel, downtown Bethel. Really beautiful area. It's just like a tiny home. The options were kind of limited when I was looking because I wasn't originally supposed to come to Maine this early. So there weren't a ton of options, but this one definitely does the job. Perfect for a solo traveler. So I will link it in the description. But it is day 2. It is not even sunrise yet. I think it's like 6:45, but I'm back in downtown Bethel to go back to Gemini's Cafe and Bakery because their coffee was so good. I need it again this morning. And I think I'm gonna try a pastry today too, so I'll let you know how that is. And then after that, I'm gonna check out Grafton Notch State Park, which has a couple different waterfalls, a couple different hikes. And then depending on how long that takes me, I might hop over the border to New Hampshire today because Bethel is pretty close to the Maine-New Hampshire border. So we will just see where the day takes me. So I just finished up a little stroll around Screw Auger Falls, which is a little waterfall. It said online that it was a short walk, but it's really right next to the parking lot. Super easy to get to, maybe a 30-second walk on like a very well graveled path right to the waterfalls. And I'd say probably like 30 minutes you could spend here if you're really like taking your time enjoying the view. It's pretty. There's like 2 other people here, so perk of coming at literal sunrise. Yeah, it's been nice. Now on to the next stop, a little bit further into Grafton Notch State Park. Switch to the phone for a second. I did end up hopping over the border to New Hampshire just because, I don't know, I didn't have a ton set on my list in Maine today. So I was like, let's just go explore New Hampshire a little bit. And right now I'm in Dixville, I believe, Dixville, New Hampshire. There's like a Dixville State Park around here. And I had to pull over on the side of the road because that's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna put in like some better camera clips here, but yeah, approaching these mountains, I was like, okay, New Hampshire foliage is done. It's brown. It's not good. You find pockets of color like this, and it's just breathtaking. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day. I am getting so exhausted by like 4 or 5 p.m. because I'm starting at 6 a.m. every day that I just completely crash and like forget to close out these videos. So this is going to wrap up this first day 1 and 2 of the trip. And then after this, I'll start day 3 and 4. But I think the end of yesterday, I remember filming in Lancaster, New Hampshire, and then after that, I kind of just explored my way all the way back across the Maine border and back to Bethel, where I am now. I got some pizza at the Pie Hole in Bethel, Maine for dinner. Really good pizza, definitely recommend. And then I went to bed at like 8 p.m. or something. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this part 1. I hope you're getting some inspiration for your future trips to New England or just enjoying the fall vibes. And I'll wrap that up here and start day 3 and 4.